A deaf father will risk everything to protect the daughter who is his entire world. When poverty, injustice, and betrayal close in, love pushes him toward dangerous choices. A single mistake changes their lives forever. This is a story about sacrifice, silence, and the meaning of being heard. The film opens with a poor deaf girl being detained for allegedly stealing money from a shop. Security footage shows her taking cash, and the store owner insists there is nothing to explain. Terrified, the girl begs to leave, saying her father is waiting outside. The police bring in a sign language interpreter named Momo, who asks for the handcuffs to be removed so the girl can communicate properly. Momo explains the seriousness of the charge, warning that theft could mean 3 years in prison. The girl insists the money was her unpaid salary and claims her boss refused to pay her. The police counter that the owner said she ran away after stealing. Upset and desperate, the girl accuses the owner of a bad man. Momo overhears the owner claiming he pitied the girl and gave her a job, only to be repaid with false accusations. When asked how he communicated with her, he says they wrote messages to each other. Momo asks if those messages still exist, but the girl explains she was always forced to delete them. Frightened, she wants to sign paperwork and leave. Momo gently encourages her to keep writing, promises legal help, and asks why she trusts her. Later, Momo tells a police officer she believes the girl is innocent. Outside, she notices the girl's limping father waiting. When questioned, Momo hints that her ability to recognize deaf people comes from her own past. Momo explains that she grew up among deaf people. The story flashes back to her childhood with her deaf father, Xiao. He takes her to a hall where deaf friends gather, and she happily plays with them. Though loving, Xiao is strict about her education, forcing her to wash up, study, and memorize poems through recordings so she can learn correctly. When an argument breaks out among the adults, Xiao shields Momo's eyes, pretending it is only a dance. A police officer arrives due to noise complaints and questions Momo about her mother and schooling. Xiao later promises to enroll her in school, despite repeated failures caused by late applications. At night, Momo asks about her absent mother. Xiao avoids the truth, insisting school will give her a future where she can become a lawyer, doctor, or teacher and live among hearing people. Despite poverty and hardship, their bond is playful, warm, and deeply affectionate. Days later, Momo's mother unexpectedly returns. She thanks Xiao for hiding their divorce and explains she wants to take Momo so the child can live a normal life. She argues that Xiao's poverty and disability limit their daughter's future. When Xiao refuses, she offers money, then threatens to sue for custody. Xiao's friends worry about legal costs, but connect him to a lawyer. During the visit, the interpreter from the earlier police case urges them on. The lawyer explains that while abuse cannot be proven, Xiao's living conditions and Momo's lack of schooling place him at a serious disadvantage. Unless he moves and enrolls Momo in school immediately, he will likely lose custody. Xiao agrees to hire the lawyer and promises to pay him everything he earns. Xiao quickly finds work as a hotel bellboy and moves out of the gambling hall. He asks Momo's interpreter to pretend to be the girl's mother so she can be registered in school. Though initially refusing and claiming she dislikes children, the interpreter softens after hearing Momo sing and agrees to help. On the first day of school, Momo remains silent and is nearly rejected again. The interpreter finally explains Xiao's situation to the teachers, describing how he taught Momo through recordings and lip reading. When Momo unexpectedly recites the poem perfectly, the staff are moved and accept her. Father and daughter leave their old life behind, saying goodbye to their deaf friends, and settle into a small hotel room. Though life remains difficult, hope begins to grow. To pay legal fees and survive, Xiao is unknowingly drawn into an insurance scam. The interpreter introduces him to a group staging car accidents for insurance payouts. Xiao realizes his friend's new job and car came from this illegal work. After losing his hotel job and facing eviction, Xiao reluctantly agrees to participate, earning money by crashing cars in controlled accidents. Night after night, he risks his life, haunted by thoughts of his daughter. Momo notices his exhaustion, injuries, and constant absence. One evening, she shows him her music and toys, clapping for him even though he cannot hear. She suddenly breaks down, realizing that his applause is based on love, not sound, and that he will never truly hear her music. With the custody hearing approaching, the gang demands Xiao complete one final crash. After tucking Momo into bed, he heads out, unaware that she follows him into the garage and hides in the car. As he speeds toward another vehicle, Momo screams. A warning is enough. Xiao swerves, slamming into a wall. Both are badly injured. Xiao rushes Momo to the hospital, where doctors reveal that although she survives, the trauma has caused her to lose her ability to speak. Her mother arrives, takes Momo away, and declares that custody will be decided in court. In court, Xiao is accused of endangering his daughter and causing her injury. Distracted and broken, he barely listens, caring only about seeing Momo. When asked whom she wants to live with, Momo chooses her mother. Xiao is devastated as they leave together. Momo begins learning music and living a more comfortable life, yet she grows withdrawn and unhappy. Xiao watches her from afar and sends messages to her mother, all unanswered. Before turning himself in, he goes to say goodbye at the airport. Momo reassures him of her love and makes him promise to live honestly. Police arrest him moments later as she screams that he is the best father in the world. The insurance scam is exposed, and Xiao is arrested with the gang. At trial, he falsely confesses to everything to protect Momo. As an adult narrator, Momo explains that her mother hired a strong lawyer and allowed her to attend the trial. The interpreter, overcome with guilt, reveals the truth. Xiao was threatened, manipulated, and forced to take the blame, and the gang targeted deaf people deliberately. The full conspiracy is exposed, and the remaining criminals are arrested. Though Xiao's sentence is reduced, he still receives 6 years in prison. In court, Momo interprets his words as he apologizes and expresses pride in her. He demonstrates the sound he learned to make because of her, proving he finally learned to speak. Years later, Xiao rebuilds his life with his deaf friends, while Momo dedicates herself to charity and sign language interpretation, fulfilling her childhood promise to protect others. True love is measured not by perfection, but by sacrifice and integrity. Xiao's story shows how desperation can push good people toward wrong choices, yet love and honesty ultimately revealed truth. Society often underestimates the vulnerable, especially those who cannot easily speak for themselves. In the end, dignity, fairness, and compassion matter more than wealth, power, or outward normalcy.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe for more recaps. See you next time.